Medieval 100 AD. If there has been truly one of the most biggest mod overhauls for Rome 2, then it is this fantastic mod that I am showing you here right now. This is seriously an amazing mod. It has hundreds of dilemmas, hundreds of campaign events. There's so much to talk about within this video. I'm going to be simply breaking down the reasons why I've enjoyed it so much. And if you are going to play 100 right now, it is a really complete experience. This is a game for the hardcore medieval enthusiast, and you will love it. They will seriously love it because this is such a fantastic recreation of the era, and it makes me think that this is what Medieval 2 would have been had it had a better graphics engine. Had we had something that could showcase the breadth, the vitality, everything of this era. And this is honestly another replacement for Medieval 3 in one way. In one way, in the sense that you are playing the early time period of the medieval era, and you're getting quite a big campaign. Because a campaign is not just one campaign or two campaigns. It's a literal campaign of hundreds of factions, and each faction is difficult to play. It's not a campaign that is easy. The battles themselves aren't easy either. The slow-paced era basically makes it so you have to contend with rebellions, you have to contend with diplomacy, you have to contend with so much more. And declaring war is not easy. You have to face rebellions all the time. And if you put your armies within towns and cities, they can cause public disruption and chaos. So you can even go bankrupt as well at the same time. And here's the other thing. Most of these cities or castles have their own custom city models. Now if you try and mod Rome 2, if you try to make a custom city battle map, it's going to be notoriously difficult. It's going to be notoriously difficult because there were not really ever any full-scale map editing tools. So what they've done on a campaign map is made it feel as medieval as it can be. And let's not forget that they have added a ton of new units. You know, there's St. Lazarus units for the Crusader states, Turcopole units for Crusaders and the Roman Empire, improved mercenaries for Bohemia and other Slavic factions. The AI can now recruit artillery in the campaign. Also, Byzantium, Bulgaria and Catholic factions now have different unique models for their dignitaries, emissaries, spies, bishops, whatever you want to say. Also, NAFTA units have bombs. And if you've played Medieval 1212 and you've played with NAFTA units, you now have NAFTA units that can throw actual grenades in the battles, and it can be really intense, scratching the surface. Also, AI factions will no longer lead small armies, so you will always have big armies to fight with within the campaign. And there has been a lot of dilemmas. Like I said, there's so much campaign dilemmas, so much stuff that you could literally play this campaign and you'll be like, wow, wait, what am I playing? Am I playing Medieval 3? Yes, you are playing Medieval 3, one way or the other. And there's so many unique dilemmas where, for example, but I've always felt that this mod has had some punishing edicts, and I would love to see some changes within that in the campaign. And I literally have to say that this battle that I played here right now, that was basically Saladin versus the Crusaders against King Baldwin, was so immersive that I was literally getting involved, getting into the fight. It literally reminded me of what Total War battles are and what Total War battles should be. It was that good of a battle. It was so cinematic that I just felt, wow. I had to keep pausing and making sure that I attacked properly. You can't simply just attack in normal vanilla. You have to plan out your movements. You know, cavalry, spears, all of that plays a difference. And I had NAFTA throwers. NAFTA throwers are quite good. But just tell me something, is it not satisfying to see cavalry rolling over? At the very same time, I didn't win that battle when I should have won that battle, and it was not an impressive experience. The Crusader states is not going to be easy. If you think you're going to play Saladin and you're just going to go and attack, it is not an easy job. You have to make sure that there is so much more that you have to plan. You have to plan out your economy. You have to plan out every single aspect. It's not easy, and you will be bankrupt. You need to make sure that you ensure public order. Public order is the main thing that you will have to take aware of in medieval 1100 AD. This is why it's a fantastic campaign in so many ways. There is a ton of options, and if you conquer Rome, for example, you will then pretty much not trigger the events of the papacy. There will be general demands where you will have to deal with defections, loyalty, and so on and so forth. And here is the main work that is now going for the units on this mod. 500 plus reskins and 100 plus new units. This is going to be taking quite a while, and they have taken the example from the Anno Domini team, and they are inviting any modders that can help them with units to speed up the process, to do all of that, including research, detailed information, suggestions, and to purchase new armor models. These modders need your support, and Medieval 100 is perhaps one of the most complete and I would say sort of stable campaigns out there right now. You could literally be playing this mod and you will be immersed into it for a very long time. Now of course there have been new changes to the city models. City models have gotten new updates and they are trying to make the campaign as medieval-esque as they can make it to be. But without a proper editing map tool, that is unfortunately impossible. So it's not like you can just launch up Attila, make a custom map, and then suddenly import it. If I were a map maker, I would change the way Rome 2 cities are completely made. I would make it far more densely populated and not have it resemble like a fishing village or something like that. That's what I want for Medieval 100, and I really hope that one way or the other, you, the amazing Total War community that watches these videos, that you can help in some way. If you know map editing, if you know unit editing, if you know anything, go and support these modders right now. It was very simple. Because Rome 2 never had any proper map editing tools, despite the fact that it has over 5,000 mods in the Steam workshop. And still to this date we don't have a proper map editing tool. And that's a shame, because Rome 2 should have been the ultimate Total War game, not Attila, but Rome 2 should have been what Attila was, and it should have been that game that should have had far more editing tools. So, they need your support. The campaign is pretty much, I believe, mostly finished. A great multitude of factions have already been added, and there's so much gameplay to have here. It's rich, medieval gameplay, and I assure you, you will. That's all I wanted to say, was to basically spread awareness of Medieval 100, and do not think for one second that these big mods are just, they're in decline or something like that is happening. I'm making it to say Medieval 100 is still here, the big Total War mods are here. Right now it may seem that we are sort of lacking in terms of big Total War content, and that is true. But already you have the Total War mods that provide hours and hundreds of hours of replayability, of so much great mods to play. And why not? So why don't you download Rome 2? Why don't you go to the Steam Workshop right now and go and get this mod? It's really that good. And I've previewed 100 AD before on my channel, but I will not stop reviewing this mod. I'll do live streams of it, I'll do everything that is needed. I sincerely hope that one day, if they can get the map editing tools or do some sort of magic, that we can edit the look of the Rome 2 cities so that they resemble medieval cities. We can get rid of the sparsely populated villages that are basically within these towns and cities. So I really do hope that will change within the future of this great mod. But seriously, this is so much. I mean, our modders are doing this for free. I always said this when I'm trying to present Total War mods or Total War mod spotlights, that modders are doing this in their free time, and they're doing this so much more that one would think, well, when Creative Assembly has to do Medieval 3, they have to show that it is a justified thing, that the product that they will no doubt invest in will be on the scale of this, but even better. So let's see. Who knows when the Medieval 3 will come. Right now there's Medieval 1212, there's Medieval 100, there's Dawnless Days. It's a crying shame big, and I'll say it again, it's a really big shame in one way that when Rome Total War was announced, when it was released, over a couple of years you had Total War Center, and you had so many great, amazing mods that came out of it, and these were big overhauls. You even had a Rome Total War mod, alright, that was set in the year of Genghis Khan. Seriously, we had a mod like that. I remember so many mods that had come out. And right now, to create these same overhaul mods takes years of learning. It takes years of effort. It takes years to do anything like this. Like, why haven't we had a Napoleonic Rome 2? Why have we not had anything like this? You know, we didn't. There was a Star Wars mod being developed for this game, for Rome 2 at one point. I remember when I was excited for Rome 2, I literally, because I'm based in the UK, but what I used to do was I would simply go to the game store in, let's say, the UK, and I would go there and I'd simply ask, oh, when is Rome 2 coming? We were all excited at the time. We thought Rome 2 was going to be this big, amazing game. It did turn out after the big bad launch that it was. Rome 2 turned out to be a game that was quite playable, and with great mods was really good. But at the very same time, why is it that it takes only 3, 4, 5, 10 years to make big mods like this? And that's what I'm saying. It's the effort of the Total War modders. It's the effort of them giving up their free time to make mods like this. You know, because I couldn't do it. I don't think anybody else could do it unless they had a passion for this era and they were really determined to do it. So that's what it's all about. That is what it is. That we as the Total War community support our modders, because our modders give us the best that they can. And of course, Creative Assembly, they also do the same. Because if it weren't for them making the games, these mods wouldn't exist in one way or the other. But at the same time, I would say that they should start allowing modders to give way more map editing tools. Stop outsourcing them and give it to the modders, because the modders are doing a fantastic job. I think they should, one way or the other, Creative Assembly, one way or the other, they should start trusting their modders and get more modders into their team. Make a Forgotten, like a Empire's team or something. Just do it. It's time, I think, you know. And this is a fantastic mod. You're gonna have a great time. So don't forget to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.